Welcome. My name is Dennis Balcom. I'm Director of Vocational Programs here at South Piedmont Community College. This is Bob Winfrey. He is our auto body instructor, and we'd like to go around this morning and show you guys the shop.
Well, good morning, Dennis. This is one of the pieces of equipment that we have here available in the Auto Body Technology Center. It's called the Matrix Wand. It's a photogrammic electronic measuring system where you actually just take this unit right here, basically hold it up in the air, point it at what you would like to measure, squeeze the button as easy as 1, 2, 3, take a picture of something that you would like to measure. We prefer to use it on cars, but it can be used to measure about anything. And we are the only facility that I know of in the United States that offers training on this equipment. I like to say it's tomorrow's technology available today. And we'll show you a little demonstration here on the screen in just a minute. Mr. Balcom here has been very generous. He's helped us out a lot with our program. We've added a lot of equipment here in the last couple of years, and we just wanted to share that with the students and let you know some of the advancements that we have here at the school and some of the training that we offer. You can come here and take classes in automotive technology, auto body, refinishing. You can actually learn how to be an estimator if you want to. One of the great things that we offer is ICAR training, which we're one of the few institutions in the state that offer ICAR certifications, along with a certificate program through South Piedmont Community College. We also have night classes 2 nights a week where you can come up here and work on your own vehicles. We have frame straightening equipment, we have MIG welding, we have TIG welding, we have cutting torches, we have 2 paint booths, we have a primer booth, and we have a downdraft heated spray booth that is actually set up to where you can even spray waterborne paint in there. And a lot of shops have to take on an extra expense to have additional fans and equipment put in their paint booth to spray waterborne, but we have that already. So that's one technology that we can pass on to the students. Waterborne is the green technology of the auto body business.
Very good.
We'll take a minute here and show you on the screen a little bit of what the Matrix Wand will do. Well, the Matrix Wand is a really unique tool for measuring. As you can see on the screen here, we have what we call a damaged vehicle and a reference image. And the really neat thing is you can set points with the Matrix Wand and measure a damaged car and compare it to an undamaged car. So when you click on the full report as you send it out, you can see here in the bottom of it that it has an area that's highlighted by color, and it actually describes the damage, mash, sway, sag. Mash is actually the length or the short rail part of it. Sway would be how much it was knocked over to one side, and sag would be a height problem. So in this particular vehicle that we have, the old gold Grand Am that's had a really rough life, you can see that there's some damaged points over here on the driver's side of the vehicle. And if you look at our reference image, you can see that the other front clip is completely undamaged. Although it's cut in half, it's still dimensionally correct. So the cool thing about this program is, in the wand itself, you can highlight anything that you want to measure. It shows dimensionally. This tool measures to within 1/10 of a millimeter, with factory specifications being about plus or minus 3 millimeters. The tool is far more accurate than the vehicles are actually assembled. So it's really a great tool. In our classes, you learn how to measure the old-fashioned way with a tape measure and tram bars, and then you learn how to use the Matrix Wand at the very end. We really like for students to understand that when you're repairing a damaged car, how important it is to have all the dimensions be correct after you get done with your repairs. If you leave a problem in the chassis where the vehicle is still bent, the next time it's in a collision it may not react the way it was intended to. So we really love the Matrix, and we appreciate people like Dennis getting behind the program, and other like the president of the college, making sure that we have the proper tools to show the students. This technology here is actually way ahead of the times. It's probably 3 to 5 years ahead of most of the average shops. One of the things that we have is 30-day work studies set up with Wilburn's Auto Body. Anybody that passes and receives 5 ICAR credits during their time here at SPCC, they can get a job at Wilburn's Auto Body. They will give you a 30-day try there. If you do really well, you will end up probably with a permanent position. We have 2 technicians that are currently employed by Wilburn's and have been there for a couple years now, and they're doing really well. So there is a chance to move forward after your training here and actually get employment. That's one of the things that our programs are set up for, is so that you actually can get a job when you leave here. Chris is one of our spring graduates. He enrolled in the spring and took 3 classes.
Yeah.
And Chris learned from those classes how to do body repair, some refinishing, and in the night class he was able to bring his own vehicle up here and work on it at night. And I'll tell you, he had his plate full for a long time, and I think we worked on it right up till the last day of class.
Last day of class.
But as you can see from what we have here to showcase, Mr. Lackey did an excellent job. He listened to everything I told him. He's got a few scars on his fingers to prove it, but, but he had this thing scattered all around the shop and painted pieces and pieces and pieces, and finally when you put it together you see the finished product. It's absolutely beautiful. And for his first paint job, I think it's first class.
There was some spots under here that we had to fiberglass. Once again, with the help of Mr. Winfrey, he showed me, and learning through the iCar. The paint was blistered up. It was pretty bad. It didn't look very good. And it was two-tone, and I really didn't like two-tone, so I was, you know, first one, just give it a shot and see what happens. I've always liked being a hands person. Like when you get done, you can see what you got, what's done. I've always been interested in being able to do the painting. And the opportunity arose through the WIA, and I said, you know, I'm going to take it, and I'm glad that I did. And this is my second semester.
But that's one thing about South Piedmont, is we like to open up opportunities, and Chris came here with a dream and basically fulfilled one of the parts of the dream in getting this vehicle done. And he's had a few other projects that he's done at home since, and like he said, his skills are fastly advancing.
It was a challenge, but with Mr. Winfrey's help and what I learned from the iCar and everything, I was able to get it done, and it turned out really nice.
Well, Mr. Balcom, this is our gold medallion frame machine. We can pull light pickup trucks, any car from a Honda Civic, maybe a Volkswagen, all the way up to small pickup trucks. We can put it up here, straighten the chassis, measure it with our measuring equipment. We have all the pulling attachments up on the board over here to straighten the chassis and help repair damaged panels. One thing that's so critical about auto body repair is to make sure the vehicle is structurally and it measures out structurally perfectly when you get done repairing it. That way you don't have to worry about it going down the road kind of catwalking if you've ever followed one of those vehicles that doesn't do that well.
We were fortunate enough this year to actually acquire a lift for our auto body program. Tell us about some of the things that it helps us do with our cars here, Bob.
With Dennis's help, we were able to get this Challenger 14-foot, 10,000-pound capacity two-post lift. It's really great for putting vehicles up and inspecting the underside. It aids greatly with our mechanical classes. We do offer some brake classes, some suspension classes where we need to get a vehicle up on the lift to inspect the brake parts and check for damaged suspension, worn out components. And the students really enjoy being able to get under the car and physically do what you're going to have to do in a real shop.
It'd be really hard to get to that rust right there without that lift.
Yeah, without that lift, it'd be really tough to work on this old girl. But as you can see, it's really designed. You can put a van up here without any problem. The reason that we got the 14-foot top is so we don't have to worry about creating any damage when we raise a car. But it's been really handy, and the guys are really appreciative of the fact that we have one. In our refinishing class, every semester, through the generous donation of Keystone Auto Parts, we have a bunch of hoods that our students can take and refinish and repair any damage. At the end of the semester, you get to take your hood home if you'd like to. Those images are available on the website. You can see some of the past projects. The students really enjoy being able to do it the way they would have to do it at a repair facility. We trim out the bottom side, we mask up the bottom side, and then we repair the top and prime them. And then the students sand them down, and they get to pick their color and mix their own paint. One of the most important things you have to do in refinishing nowadays is make your own colors.
Okay, this is our sheet metal fabrication area. We have a brake and some shears over there, and You want to add to that?
Yes, sir. In the night class, our students use this equipment quite heavily to fabricate patch panels and to fabricate other parts of these perforated old cars that come up here, but they really enjoy the fact that we have this equipment available for them where they can fabricate their own panels.
Well, Bob, before we close, is there anything that we've left out, anything you want to add to this?
I did want to mention that we are one of the few schools in North Carolina that offer ICAR training. Our day classes are set up where you can get ICAR credits for your participation in the classes here, which is really good. We do give back to the community by having an open lab night class on Tuesdays and Thursdays where you can bring your own vehicle up here and work on them. You still get continuing education credits for your classes, and I did want you guys to know that the classes are very affordable. You'd be very surprised at how little it costs to come up here and get your hands a little dirty and learn a little bit about how to fix a car.